5:04. Let's get the show on the road. It is 5:04. Let's get the show on the road. It's 5:04. Bruce is 4 minutes late. Remember, 5 p.m. every Wednesday, guys. We will be here. I will be here talking to all of my amazing community. And welcome to all new subscribers, which we know that there's none here right now. Or maybe there are some new subscribers, but what happened is I don't know. I don't know. Let's go over to the comments. I felt like I was alone, but in reality, I just wasn't looking at the comment section. There they all are. I thought so. Yes, sir. Are you guys all excited about what is going on with the UFOs? Oh, Bruce, it's just a fake alien invasion. No, it's not a fake alien invasion. They're going to actually tell the truth. David's an accredited whistleblower. If you look at it any way you want, it's someone on the inside that is bringing truth out. We thrashed the FBI, those three-letter associations, by being a bunch of liars and never telling us the truth. But what about the good guys on the inside and gals on the inside? I hope there are some good people in the association, and it's not the whole association from head to toe that's corrupt. Often the echelons higher up are the ones that are, making deals with Biden and a whole bunch of other things going on. All the truth is coming out. You guys have to be as excited as I am with what is coming out and with what they have said. And David Grusch, call him Grush because that's the way it was presented. I thought it was Grush, but David Grusch on the inside, well-dressed military pilot, you name it. He's on the Unidentified Aerial Task Force. Why would he speak up about that if the government and all the news media like CNN, okay, is talking against them, already making interviews about, how this guy, it's just a hearsay, but it's just more than a hearsay. It's not a hearsay from Bruce. It's a hearsay from David Grusch that is already on the Unidentified Aerial Task Force. You have a whole bunch of other organizations that are being opened up, probably partly to hide the truth. ATIP, Arrow, you got, Defense Department, CIA, FBI, you have DARPA, you have Space Force, you have the Air Force, the Navy. Everyone is involved doing their part in keeping a certain secret. But what happens when the truth comes out from the inside? Then there's problems for them. So first off, you can see it already, the confusion that's going on with the people. Never mind false flag and red flag events where they're talking about doing an alien invasion. I know some of you heard, John Sousa. We're not going to hide the people that talked about these things, alien invasions, Project Bluebeam, even though Bluebeam is actually has never been, there's nowhere that explains that Bluebeam is a real project, right? I'm just putting the facts out there. Sure, it can be a secret project, but it's just words. It's just Bluebeam. And often they'll call it Bluebeam, which it could be yellow starseed, the real name of it, because they have these pseudonames. They have these frontal organizations that are hiding the truth. I listened twice, the whole 4-hour hearing, listened to every single thing that they said. Sure, you hear them saying things where NASA wants to be more transparent, people getting a good laugh out of that. But what's going to happen when somebody really takes over NASA and obliges them, orders them to bring out some truth? We got whistleblowers on the inside of NASA. Many astronauts have spoken out, right? Whether they went or not, it's not even about that, to the moon. They're still speaking out, right? Something else is happening. An ancient civilization that they are now admitting is alien, is non-human. So way ahead of some of you. Now you're saying, well, Bruce, is that term that's being used now all week, non-human, right? Talking about non-human craft. There's lots that he said, David Grusch, by the way. Didn't just say that, there's UFOs from non-human alien beings. There's also pilots at times that are captured in these craft, and it's the truth. It's real. It's like David Grush said, word for word, and I quote him, as fantastical as it sounds, it's all real. So why would, and again, it's just the guy that spoke there. I'm not going to jump on the horn and turn around and said, well, we have our proof and it's out. But it is proof. And I love seeing them fight on the inside because it's something that that there's something very secretive. Very recently, a leak came out, and we didn't hear much about that leak, did we? They tried to hide it. It's something that came out on a Discord with a national police or officer or something like that came out. It was that came out with this information about, what's going on the inside, whether it's because some of them want to look hot or look all badass. Do you have any idea how many thousands of agents and government people, both known and unknown in secrecy, are going through private information and all the files and UFO cases, whether it be just UFO or human trafficking, everything that's going on? Too many people have hands and eyes and ears on this information. It goes through emails of hundreds, if not thousands of people every time there's a national security threat, and a personal, private, top secret email is transferred from one office to another office to another office. Why? Well, easy, because that way, if a whistleblower comes out, they're not going to be able to accuse the 1,000 people that have access to all these files. The whistleblowers know that also. They know how much they can say. And don't forget, the reason why he didn't come out, in theory, we're assuming here, I'm assuming, that he didn't come out with what exactly were the UFO craft and whatnot. They're doing the same bullshit that people are saying with what happened when Bob Lazar talked about the UFO craft. I'm going to talk about it for 50 years, say that David Grusch is just an insider that is working as a double agent spy for NASA, or for the government, or for DARPA, for whoever the hell is involved now, Defense Department. Who do you want to be? They're all involved. They formulated all these organizations now, Arrow, ATIP, all the ones that I've been mentioning, and they're going to get professional anthropologists, archaeologists, neo-anthropologists, neo-anthro, whatever the hell they call them. I can't even pronounce most of the words, and new terms that they're bringing to the table. They have a UFO hearing. They bring new terms to the table. Why? Why are they changing terms? Why is unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, presented in 2021 or 2019, whenever it came out, and then now in 2023, they changed the UAP term meaning to unidentified anomalous phenomena? Why all the changes? Well, there's some truth to it, I believe. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking the Pentagon side. Of course, they're going to hide everything from us. But when leaks come out from the inside, and when they get caught with it, it's going to come out. Anonymous, associations have brought them out. Some leaks. Edward Snowden has in the past a long list of whistleblowers. You can look them up. Whistleblowers from the FBI or inside the government is on Wikipedia. There's a whole list of them, what they tried to bring out, But this guy, David Grusch, before people started accusing him for being just this guy, you look at his face, it looks like a kid out of university, out of college. Sure, but I mean, they're young people. I'm not going to judge a book by its cover, and I never do. I'm just interested in his status. He's accredited person in the intelligence community that, one, has no problems on the inside. We can look and compare to Luis Elizondo, who then they're trying to downgrade and take away his high clearance. This guy, a biologist and everything, Luis Elizondo, and he looks stupid. He's not. Right? Again, don't judge a book by its cover. Right? Innocent, happy, smiling faces, people can know things too. Look at me. I'm a happy, smiley guy, and I get UFOs on the moon. Whether you believe it or not. The scarier it is for me, the more that these UFO reports come out, because it just goes to show what I'm showing may never even come out in, till 240, 250, might not never come out at all, that they're on the moon. They're not even close to admitting that, but they're going to go all the way out and admit that there's aliens here on Earth. Why? Is it the aliens that want, they want to be known? it was eventual. The Galactic Federation had mentioned that at one point, eventually, might want to be known. We heard of the Galactic Federation only a couple of years ago, right? Some of you that have been doing the research for a long time maybe heard Galactic Federation on Star Trek, or maybe heard the government talking about it, but it wasn't on Wikipedia. There's no, look up when the Galactic Federation was founded. There's a lot of information that's hard to locate online. It really is. Motley, MS Sport, Jules of Oregon. Thanks, you guys. Hello, hello. I'm so excited about all this information coming out. Crosshair, are we starting here? This is Disclosure. You're in the right place if that's where you want to start. Lots to say. Good evening, Hauser. Bruce, a new Patreon member here. Thank you so much. Don't know why it took me so long. Well, I could say I don't know why it takes me so long to answer some of you sometimes. I find a lot of messages, beautiful messages from you all. Hauser, thank you so bloody much, my friends. Video coming up on Patreons also. Sky or no sky here. The update on the forest fires, shit's hitting the fan. I'm telling you guys, over 170 out of control fires here. We're only able here in Quebec to manage about 18 or 20 of them at one given time. Don't forget the one in Nova Scotia at the other end of, in Canada and Ontario. And also there's smoke in Ontario, but in Nova Scotia, over 200 square kilometers of a fire out of control. I think it's Barrington River, if I'm not mistaken. Fires persist. I heard there was some good news in Nova Scotia where a lot of people mostly were going back home. New York, I looked on Earthcams. You can look that up, earthcams.com, if you want to see. I guess it's live. Hopefully it's live. Live view of New York City, both from in the air high up and from lower down in Times Square and whatnot. And I was able to confirm that there is smoke. There's more there in New York than there is here in my area of Quebec, just to say. Had burning eyes for the past couple of days. Have smelt the scent of plastic burning. Strong enough, but it comes in spurts. And the smog here is high enough. As a matter of fact, you look in New York has more smoke than I have here right now. They got a lot of smoke because there's different fires in Canada. British Columbia, Alberta, the fire and smoke from that region has reached New York. Lots of wind change with those updates. Are UFOs starting the fires? Who knows? Got the Pentagon that said that there was UFOs a year and a half after I started filming lights in the sky here, saying that they were all over the sky. People were telling me you can go and look to see when the satellites go by. You can all do it too. Oh, Bruce, Salaberry to Valleyfield. Okay, let's go see what satellites are around him in the sky there. 9:30 the other night, he said he saw 22 lights. And you'll see once you go do your own research, you will see that there's not 22 satellites over my head. But why do I see them all at the same time? I'm only filming a small region of the sky with the infrared camera. Don't forget that. All around at the same time as I'm showing 4 in a frame or 5 in a frame, one frame, there could be 5 other ones right beside that frame. So the sky is basically here filled at all times, unless, of course, I have a hard time being able to film the sky because of weather. Adios, non-human among us, 100%. I believe that. Hauser, thanks again, I believe it 100% aliens are here. A lot of you have told me, Bruce, aliens have been here far before. Well, I'll tell you what if Earth was an area where back thousands of years ago, this is just a theory, and I don't think it's too exaggerated. Some of you might even agree with it, that the human species was here living amongst other non-human species. Hey, maybe the human species was the primitive species here. Maybe the other species was also primitive, but the myth of us coming from monkeys and the dinosaurs dying from farts, from methane gas and stuff like that. I believe that disclosure is not only going to be about UFOs or aliens, and it's not going to be just about the moon. It's going to be about the human existence since the beginning of time. They've gotten extremely advanced with the core samplings and testing, carbon testing. Carbon testing just 3-4 years ago was wrong. They were off by 12 to 18,000 years. They're finding that out. So you could be sure in secrecy, they're probably already mentioning it, starting to. They're going to go back and they're going to do more carbon dating, and they're going to look at the Shroud of Turin. They're going to look at old manuscripts and look at the. We have to understand our planet, what happened to it before, right? When you dig down core samples, like in Antarctica or anywhere, archaeologists are doing so, or taking core samples, geologists, whatever. When you're doing that and you get to a certain level where, wow, there's been like 20,000 years, there's just fire, and like, why, right? So we sound all advanced, using the tools that we're using. They're not advanced at all. Get ready, guys. They're going to be rewriting all history books and science books. Like what would you say? That's what they've been doing every 100 years. Yep. Every 50 or 100 years, they'll change the books and go back. You can say fish. You can say fishes. One fish, two fish. Then it's one fish, two fishes. Then they change it back again. Every 50 years, go bounce forward and backwards. Hiding? Is it because they're hiding the information? I don't know. Is it possible to be able to find out what happened here on Earth based on ancient manuscripts? Well, not if they were tampered with. Not if, most of the important manuscripts were either omitted, like stories from the Bible were omitted. The ancient sea scrolls, that's where they found the Book of Enoch. A lot of people know that. They say, oh, Book of Enoch, just part of the Bible that was always there, and they omitted it. No, it was found not that long ago, so they say, which remains interesting. There's no reason for a whistleblower on the inside to risk his life by coming out. The way he is well dressed, I'm not talking about his clothing, I'm talking about his, and also well accredited, well known, well spoken person, young guy, 36 or 38, 36, something like that. Working on the Unidentified Aerial Task Force, which, don't forget, the Black Vault with the Freedom of Information Act are trying to bring out a lot of private and unlisted events and case files that happen in the FOIA events, right? When you see that FOIA, F-O-I-A, it's the Freedom of Information Act that they're talking about. And the Black Vault, sometimes they even have to pay to have certain things come out. But the response from the Navy, from the Pentagon, everything, they keep saying, no, we do not want to divulge anything UFO related. So I'm not going to hide that. Okay. But like I said, a false red flag alien invasion and what David Grusch is admitting to what's going on are two different things. If because of that they have a false alien invasion and we see lights coming down in the sky, what is it really going to change for you? Are you going to be able to have, because you believe that there's an alien invasion, be able to distinguish if those lights are real or not because you heard information? When I hear information about them being on the moon or about them being not on the moon, I only base my judgment on, the character of a person, on the person's, life, what that person did for a living, what that person says during his life, not lives, whether he is the truth or not. I'm just sucking up the information that they're bringing out. It could be the beginning of a false disclosure. I get it, because some of you say so. I'm totally open to that. But I just don't jump on the fact that false alien invasion will happen. What if a real alien invasion happens? For some of you that do believe in aliens, could there be an invasion here on Earth? I'm pretty sure they're going to do it in a secretive way. Sure, maybe the government can turn around and tell people, well, they're coming here, it's an invasion. And, why do you think they're trying to back engineer UFOs? Apparently, this has all gone on since the Cold Wars. And apparently it's all because of an alien secret. They would have retrieved a shitload of many years ago, a shitload of alien craft, and they're probably still doing it and trying to find out where they're from, trying to go out into the galaxies, into the Milky Way, into interstellar space. They're studying the fabrics of time, neutron stars, black holes, the sun, atmosphere. They just only less than 600 days ago confirmed that gravity was an actual frequency of a wave that goes up and down. Okay. We're at the beginning of time for all of this. So take in and suck in all the information. It's exciting. Admit it. They've never done it before. In the past, there's been whistleblowers and they hid their testimonies. Now, if the whistleblower testimonies are coming out a little bit, that's a very good start to them. It's just a start. It's just quite simply, I believe it's a very good start. Julie, thank you. The stats channel here. Do you think that aliens are seated in power around the world to control the people and to release AI when they see fit? Gate asks. Love that question. Thanks, Gate Smasher. And thank you, Julie. And thanks for the generous contributions as always. And everything you do to help this channel progress, you guys can check out the stats channel too. There's a lot of voluntary work, helps out a lot of people, including this channel. And that's a very good question. I do believe that aliens have a say in the ruling of this earth. Is it to the point where an alien has come down and is sitting amongst them? That could also be. Don't forget, I have, these can be created in a lab, kazoo, right? And it's just a theory. But the aliens that are out there, and I'm starting to get a lot of you that are also saying this too, they could look a lot like us. Let's say we've never seen an Asian person before or someone from India before, and all of a sudden notice something different about the human being. Well, very attractive ladies. The eyes are different, Oriental eyes, right? Okay. And you go, just a different person. We get used to them. What if somebody from Venus, like the guy that they said was from Venus that came here, whether it be true or not? A lot of you have said in that story, there's a lot of proof that it wasn't true. I'm just talking as an example. I'm not confirming anything here. If aliens are on Earth, they're able to hide themselves. You've all watched The V back in the days. If you're born around my time, maybe you have, right? Where they had certain masks, so they were able to shapeshift. It's a very controversial subject, even for me talking about. Well, it's not easy for me just to say, well, guys, they're shapeshifting, so they can very easily hide their eyes. Because why would I say that? Only because I saw it in the movie, right? Or I heard people say it. But aside from all the theories and what everyone says and does, I have a theory that hiding on the moon and getting a bunch of small people walking around the moon in little midget suits, okay, a lot of you are going to laugh, but some smart people are going to say, oh my God, imagine, because it's a good idea, right? Like the ancient wars where they went in, gave a gift to one of the kings, a horse, and then all the men came out of the horse and burnt down again. All those stories are probably not as bullshitty as we think. It's probably a lot of truth to some of that. I fight fire with fire, fight water with water. To be able to deceive somebody, you have to do it in a way where they would never expect you to do it. In other words, no, Bruce, I mean, that's stupid that they would send little people in suits and stuff like that. What do you mean? The army had blow up tanks and blow up Navy carrier ships, okay, to look like they were real on the water, okay? Why did they do that? Because it's an automatic thing that the brain is going to say, no way in hell. Do you think anyone on the beach or the shoreline waiting for this military offensive unit to arrive, you think anyone said, wait a minute, guys, they could be using blow up boats pretending that there are many people, right? Well, that guy would probably get shot first by his own group of people. People are sneaky. Say to yourself, the government is very sneaky. And the way I compare it, like a parent that sneaks around little white lies to a child, not to talk about sex or violence to a child or to put fear into a child's mind. The little parent will say a white lie. That's what the government's doing with you. They're adding little white lies, and they're not necessarily lying. They're just not talking about the truth, keeping that omitted from the public. See it, what's happening. Anika, thank you so much. Hope you are okay with the wildfire situation. How near are they to where you live? Anika, thank you very much for the beautiful contribution, and of course, being a member for being here. Anika, that's a great question. Very far away, the fires. 4 or 5 days ago, the fires were about 500 kilometers from Montreal, from where I am, just on the outskirts. The problem is that all these cities like Montreal and all of them, now it's Shibugamu, which is, getting too close for comfort, Val d'Or and all that. There's lots of evacuation. So Quebec is all forest and rivers. Look at it, and the houses are all mixed amongst that. If you look at it on Google Earth, where the fires are. So the problem, Anika, is that the wind is shifting. So we're getting some smoke coming down from, Nova Scotia. We got some smoke coming down from Alberta and stuff. And it's right on our line because it's coming all the way down towards Montreal. Why? Because that is exactly from Alberta where the currents and winds are when there's a storm. From New York, you guys get winds. Well, the wind comes all the way down here past where I live and blows it. Now it's an opposite effect where the wind's bringing it all up. You have smoke in Boston, smoke in New York City, which is you can't even see the sun. It literally looks like New York is on fire. It also looks like exactly during 9/11 when the smoke was in the air and it didn't settle. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's got the red flash of that. But now here's the thing. There's over 170 fires. Some of them were deliberately set. I would, don't base that on me. Young Lady Patriot 65. Hello. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming back, you guys. Over 170 fires as of yesterday afternoon. And they can't control them because the fires with the wind, the fires change every 35 to 15, 20 minutes. The fire will change, starts going in another direction, and then they start, 200 military were brought in days ago. There's more on the way. Firefighters from France, firefighters from the United States, firefighters from Canada, all the way up to Alberta and stuff. They're pretty busy up there, but some of them are coming all the way down. I can hear them all around me. I even made some videos of a lot of the siren sounds. There's no smoke coming up off the ground in the forests that are around me, though. And me, I'm just along the border here. But obviously, it's a $25,000 fine if you start a fire in Quebec, anywhere. And I'm assuming it would also it goes like that in Canada. Also, I don't know. Yes, non-humans, I believe they are among us. That was a great question from Julie. I didn't really finish from Gate Smasher because I believe that they're integrating them in the government. Yes, that even some of them to the point might even have some masks on. And I know this is going to sound ridiculous. It does to me too. I'm just disturbed about the mask that was seen on Biden about a couple of months ago. It doesn't make any sense, guys. It's a little concerning that they would allow that to be seen. Does it mean that they're that negligent and they're that clumsy in what they're doing? Because they're trying to hide everything. There's Hunter Biden's laptop, the deals that Biden made with China. This is all out there. It's all out. The corruption that he did. He got $6 million from those guys and stuff, and it's all laundered money. And so what's going to happen with that? What is going to happen? Easy. Years ago, they started saying that they're dismantling the CIA. You have Radio Canada that were the first to mention it on YouTube, Radio Canada station channel. They were closed down. YouTube shut down Radio Canada YouTube channel, right? Because they admitted that the CIA is being dismantled and there's a whole lot of things going on. I literally believe the aliens that are in charge of this earth are living here. So yes, it's not that they're from the Zeta Reticuli star system or anywhere. Why the hell would they want to leave hundreds of light years away or whatever and come over here? That was a good question, Gatesmaster. Thanks, man. Beetlejuice is exploding yet again. They're very worried about it. Beetlejuice is 600 plus light years from us, is in the constellation of Orion. They say that where we are right now in the solar system, would be the most incredible area to be able to witness a supernova. I think some of us are going to witness this in our lifetime. They're talking about it going supernova, right? The first time it exploded was in 2019 when they said that Beetlejuice dimmed down because they thought that there was a large object that had done a conjunction to crossing over in front of the view of Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is ginormous. It's arrived at the end of its life to explode in a supernova. When it does, they don't know if it's going to create a neutron star. They don't know if it's going to create a black hole. Degrassi, right? Neil deGrasse. I have my doubts about him too on many things because he is woke, literal Democrat woke person. But he's afraid that the fabrics of time will be ripped to shreds and torn apart if Beetlejuice goes supernova. There's talk about the possibility of seeing a light as big as a full moon in the sky during the day also, that we're going to be able to film it and see it, whenever that happens. But they're unpredictable. You can't predict the supernova right on the nose. I don't believe you can. They're coming to that conclusion. All the professionals, guys. Michio Kaku, you know him, another Asian, scientist that talks a lot about what's going to happen and, ripping apart of the fabrics of space and time. That's how it is. Confirmation of all the UFO stories from Lear to Lazar. Exactly, His Highness. They keep coming out, His Highness. It comes out. It came out from Lear. I had an amazing chance of meeting Lear. It's not for nothing Lear wanted to see Lazar because he wanted to know why the hell, he was talking about back engineering UFOs. The back engineered UFOs that he back engineered could be UFOs that humans made from the back engineering of the real non-human craft. And those, when he said, are from the Zeta Reticuli star system that were very small. They could be drones too. And Bob Lazar doesn't believe there's anyone or anything on the moon. So that part of what he said, I know that he's just saying that to hide the truth of what the real truth is. Mr. Gatesmasher, I think, gave me a crosshair in the house. Jen, let me scroll down here. Darla, thanks you guys. Meg, free. I'll go back up. Hey, Stephen A, was my music singing too good for you to believe? I posted a harmonica video and he says, my ass, Bruce, that is not your first time playing. Well, I assure you it was. I'm just that good instruments for the first time, but I'll take it as a compliment. Disclose about the moon will, I'm sure is what he meant, never happen. I respect your opinions, guys, but like I said, it's going to happen because it's going to be leaked out from the inside. Do you guys remember, Stephen A, when we talked about this last live stream before David Grusch was ever mentioned? Do you remember me saying that there's going to be a UFO report that's going to come out for the end of May or the 1st of June? Because the report came out the 31st of May and the 1st of June is when they reported it. Exactly what I said and predicted the last stream came true. And I'm telling you, there's going to be a leak on the inside where they're going to talk about the moon. Or Stephen A and many hundreds of thousands of people are right about that because, hey, man, you're not alone in thinking that. We all want the truth, but Stephen A, do you think it could come out from the inside, that whistleblower? Maybe some of you don't trust David Grusch. Stephen A, as always, for the love and support. Everyone's calling Grush BS. Well, not everyone, not me, but I hear you, man. I'm seeing a whole bunch of people. A whole bunch of people I'm seeing calling them a liar. CNN, MSNBC, New York stinking Times, but everyone is calling Grush BS because he can't show them proof. They don't understand the dangers. You said it. I should have read to the end. Yeah, absolutely. You're right about that. Grip Ripper. Yeah, man. How is our friend Kai doing? You're right about that, Crosshair. They don't understand the dangers. If the guy brings out the truth, he'll be killed. He won't be able to bring out the truth. First of all, he'll say it. The government will deny it, and all the associations will yes, click together and they'll deny it. Born again Buddhist, thank you for being here. Scrolling down again, looking for my friend Gate Smasher contribution. He's used to this. Lots of people here. What? Let me see. 190. Oh, that's what's happening. Well, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Creeping J. I'm gonna go back up, you guys. See 5 circles here. Creeping J. Smiley glad hands. Oh, jeez. Where is Gate Smasher? What's the times? 5:23. Getting close. Miss Julie Stats, thank you again. And there, Anika, thank you very much again for the contribution, guys. It means a lot. Wow, I'm all the way to the bottom. Looking for Gate Smasher. No, 532 still. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Norma C. Hi, Bruce. I'm clicking on stuff, guys. I'll go back to your comments. Upstate New York, we have to use air filters. It smells like campfire and the air is smoky. Stay safe, Norma C. Love you. Thanks for being here. Honestly. Xander Promeo. This happens very often in the summer in Los Angeles and other areas of Cali. It's miserable. I hear you about that. Yeah, the smog, it's disgusting with what's going on for sure. Dropped my melons. I love that name. Jules D, evening to you. Thank you very much. There it is. About friggin' time, man. Sorry about that. With a thanks everyone for being here. Hopefully it's because it's an interesting subject. Listen, guys, this is the most exciting time of my life, and it should be yours if you're a truth seeker, if you're looking for the UFO truth. You know, you got people like Stephen A. and many of you that believe that it's bullshit that they're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. You know, I'm the first to say that NASA, they're all a bunch of bullshitters. But what will happen if they lose power? If the good does overcome the evil, all the associations are going to crumble. All the truth is going to come out. There'll be deaths, there'll be murders, there'll be hangings, there'll be everything. The shit has hit the fan. It's just that the shit is so sticky. It doesn't want to leave the bloody fan. First sip, it'll be cold again. Absolutely. Graphics Nut. They have realistic masks. Hard to even tell. Did you see the Asian one? You could buy it in Japan. Japan. You can buy it in Japan. I was going to do that again. Or China. It's a mask. Oriental guy. You put it on your face. You can walk around town when the cameras detect you. They don't recognize you. And it's like real skin. It's not even that expensive. It's a couple hundreds of dollars. It looks totally professional. Mustache and all. You know, real Oriental Asian eyes. And you can see right through it. It looks totally real. And that's not professional, right? Imagine being able to do it. How do you think they do it in movies? They age people in movies. There's a process and setup of being able to make up and applying it on somebody where they can have it on them and keep it on them for 8-9 hours. You wouldn't even know that it's not real skin. So yeah, I believe that 100%. With the magnetic North Pole shifting and people and animals are migrating, that's the next big trouble that's coming, the migration of all the animals. A lot of death in the animal kingdom. Stories of old are coming true. They really are, from old, ancient stories, Native American stories, or they can't really call them stories. Can't really call them myths either. It's like a Bible. They said, we will own nothing and be happy. Which I'm telling you, very, 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 very scary thing to think, that we will own nothing, but that we will be happy. Those, World Economic Forum, they're blaring that out there. Yes, very good, good point. Smiley glad hands. Mr. C, JFK swore to destroying the 3-letter agency. You're right when you say that. That's direct from a quote, my friend. Yes, Mr. C. Welcome, Mr. C. Yeah, that's exactly what they said. Destroy the 3-letter agency. And he said it very clearly. He said it to the public also. Did Bruce just subliminally flip us all the bird? How? How did I do that? No, 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 not at all. No, 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 no. Bruce, when he flips the bird, he goes like this and laughs. That's yeah, that's what I do. Smash that like button if you appreciate the channel. Thanks for the encouragement, Stephen A. The series and reboot series was awesome. Wish the reboot hadn't been canceled. Benny Cameron, maybe that's why they canceled it. Too much truth. Coming from that, eh? Static in the Attic put on his channel last weekend that the air over the US was going east to west instead of west to east. Weird. Yes, I mentioned it just at the end of the winter, where I'll tell you what. Do you remember when they mentioned that the vortex in Antarctica and the North Pole left that region of the North Pole and traveled all the way down to the US and Canada? A cold vortex where we got incredible cold air, right? So you're talking about the wind changing, going east to west instead of west to east. I noticed that. I mentioned it several times here on the channel. And at the same time, that's exactly when the vortex happened. And it's the same week where they said that the inner core of Earth stopped and that it's changing directions. A whole lot of people were saying, is Earth going to start spinning the other way, right? You have the speed of Earth that is speeding up. It's sped up in 2019, sped up in 2021, sped up 2022, and even, I don't know about 2023. I'd have to check. But in 2022, it sped up fast too. They're saying not fast enough for us to age less, but it did speed up. It really did speed up, guys. Leah, thank you for something. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Darla, very kind of you for thanking them all. And thanks to you too for being here, mods and everything. I'd love to see some aliens living here. Which ones? Where they hiding? Exactly what they look like. So get this. What if we're told that the aliens here are the white people? Or what if we're told that the aliens here are the Chinese people, right? Or the Arab people or the black people? Maybe it's, so we're a whole bunch of different races here on Earth. Well, just so happens this is hours into the discovery, guys, of an ancient civilization that they're saying is non-human. But listen, this is the first time I'm hearing archaeologists, the ones that we've been watching for years, lying to us, okay, hiding everything, right? So everything that they're deciding all this information on, that they're deciding on what the UFOs are, they're deciding on whether the Nephilim exist or not. It's all being hidden, but it's all being researched. Okay. And it was all done in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And I'd go just as far as into the 1800s. And that's besides what they did back in the ancient civilizations. I believe they were far more advanced than us. They had the stupid Budweiser logos up and stuff. Maybe they had the fight with the trans people too back in the days. I'm not kidding you guys. The evolution and what happens here on Earth, not only with the weather, I believe with the civilizations and cultures and the rulers of Earth, they're repeating themselves. They want to win over us and they never can. So every time they start that up again, they come back, they gain our trust, and they integrate another little lie or big lie to try to screw people up. They want us fighting, right? They want the blacks, whites, Asians, all the different colors. They want trans, gay, not gay, all the whatever genders there are, right? They want them all fighting, right? So that way the government doesn't have to do anything. When one person that's not gay protests against the gay people, well, the gay people jump on those people. And then when the, opposite and vice versa, as much, straight people start causing shit or whatever, well, gay people, that's how it is. They defend themselves like that. And they integrate lies in the news saying, well, like Biden, what a freaking, I gotta be careful, I guess, because this is an American platform. What a joke. The ice cream man. Okay. Telling people that white supremacy is the biggest problem in the States. And then people are like, yeah, yeah, and you even see the white people sitting there, yeah. It's scary. That is subliminal mind control. Mind control, little hint there, has to be done gently, with ease. That's not written nowhere. I believe it though. It has to be continual, a repetitive, like a water drop on someone's forehead for 17 days until at one point it's like it sinks in. I got it. I get it. Okay. I get it. That's what they do. Subliminal messaging, continual. They get, did you see all the woke commercials, guys? Are you seeing all the woke commercials? You don't think the UFO disclosure has to do with that? How come all the war all of a sudden? What do you think the Ukraine and Russian war is all about? It's about UFOs. It's about an alien being. It's probably about the bases that are on the moon. Honestly, they're there. Yeah, they're absolutely there. But people are like, no. Hey, thank you so much for coffee or beer. You're spot on today, sir. Smiley, Glad Hands channel. I love you guys. Honestly, thank you very much. I get people here. Sometimes it means a lot that you came here and that you contribute to the channel. Whether you come here and never show up again or not, I get some people. I mean, the help is incredible. There's not enough people coming to this channel to hear about what's going on. My research is being vetted. It's already been vetted, and I don't even know the outcome of it because that's what people do. Videos will pop up. People, the image of the dark triangle. Sure, these things will pop up, but what they're saying about them in private areas, right? That's not public. Just like the Bilderberg group, right? Which meet up every year or 3 to decide over beer and wine and caviar, of course, what will happen with, I don't know, Africa or with the elders in the States, or what's going to happen with, the Nord Stream pipeline, or, that's probably where they made the decision, first of all. But that happens and it goes on every year. And you get even some corrupt actors that go there. You get some people that are just literally leftist elites that are just sitting there, but they're gaining common ground and they're creating alliances and, secret societies, obviously, to be able to run the world, frontal organizations, laundering money. It's, they're doing the laundering, right? Easy. They got businesses in Ukraine. They got businesses in China. They got businesses in Taiwan. They got businesses all around the world. Little heads up. They found a drone. Thanks again for the contributions, you guys. They found a drone, a Russian drone. Be careful talking about this. The Russian drone, when people find a drone, well, they will back engineer it, right? To find out not only how it works, but at the same time, using the serial numbers, can find out where the parts come from. What most recent Russian drone that is being used in the war to, combat Ukrainians, well, it was made in the US and then fabricated in Russia. It has Austrian parts, has parts from France, has parts from where was the other place? They said basically from around the world. And that's what's hidden. And it's probably something I can't even talk about here, but I'm talking between the lines. A lot of countries are involved in what we see that they are not involved in. So the news will tell you that country and that association is funding that. But sometimes it's not the end of the story, right? It's a frontal organization for something else in China, for something else in another country. And the one world order, it's really true. You have boundaries and borders for you and I, the people, the regulars, right? The pheasants, the peasants, right? But there's no borders for the elites, right? I believe that inside of the elites, there will be fighting going on. You can't tell me that an elite group, even though they're only a couple of hundreds of people running the world, like really running the world, you can't say that they're not going to come to a disagreement at one point in time. And it just so happens that disagreement has arrived because of the difference of mindset or generations. Look at the Bilderberg groups. You got people there in their 30s and 40s now working on unidentified aerial task force, David Grusch. But what about the people, the slugs, the leeches that are running this world, that are in the 80s and 90s, and they've always had, the last word on what happens with the people? Why are younger generations being controlled and told what to do by older generations that we completely disagree with them? Because they've got money, they can pay, and they do pay to do what they want. Just absolutely do what they want. You think you sleep badly at night because you're worried about what the elites are doing? I wouldn't want to be an elite sleeping. I would be far more worried about who's lurking in the windows outside as compared to me, just a regular person. Battlestar Galactica was just about the best reboot I've seen. It was. I am Kai. Thank you very much. The stats. But all that blast energy will eventually hit us. Wow, that's a good one. Turn off your, hey, Darla, real quickly. All of you in the States that are getting smoke from us, sorry. By the way, it's a bit odd that it's going over my head. I have smog here, but it's even worse in New York than here. So Darla just hit the nail on the head with that one. Holy crap. People have air exchangers in their attics or wherever the hell it is, Venmar systems that's bringing in air from the outside, air conditionings or whatever. There's always a circulation in the attic. Nuclear fallout. Maybe that should have been the first thing that they mentioned, to turn off your the air, that's being circulated in the house. But because of the smoke and fire and plastic and chemicals, nanoparticles that are in the air, they said, turn off those systems in your house. Don't let any air come in, even if it's too hot, even if your windows fog up a little bit, because it's not very healthy. They're saying that the wildfires here, Darla, are going to persist throughout the year. It's going to be something that will never stop. A little concerning when you hear them saying that. Graphics nut, that was a very good one. But all that blast energy will eventually hit us. And of course, he's talking about the blast from Beetlejuice and the, millions of miles per second, this radiation that is coming right now, by the way, since 219 from Beetlejuice, maybe even already went by us or hit us. As a matter of fact, graphics, not that, in theory, that could be what's causing the pole shift ahead of time. Pole shift doesn't happen very often. The sun will shift more often than the earth does. But they say it's 780,000 years for the earth to do a complete pole shift, right? And yes, in a matter of when it does, it'll be like 24 to 72 hours. This is going to be everything: earthquakes, shaking, volcanoes, landslides. It's going to be crazy. A lot of people are going to live, though. Yeah, that radiation is definitely going to reach us. Norma C, I'm even more glad to have you coming back to watch these streams, guys. We're in very exciting times. Yes, they are, JFKJ. They are kooks, definitely. Leah, thanks for sharing. myevent.com page. People want to contribute there, or like the beautiful people did here, contribute here. Some people, like some of you, Darla, William, a lot of you have gone on a video and, oh yeah, heads up, the thanks button on the videos are disappeared. I didn't know. You have to click on the 3 dots under the videos if you want to donate there. People can contribute by the thanks button. It can happen. Christmas comes along, you want to drop off $2. And thanks, guys. Thanks for the likes, everyone. 129 watching also is also greatly appreciated. Listen, honestly, guys, a lot of people missing here, trying to keep this channel interesting. The UFOs that I'm seeing landing here in my area, come back to see the videos. There are UFOs landing on the ground here, confirmed. UFOs, UAPs. It's anomalous phenomena, whatever you want to call it, right? Keep the truth coming out, Bruce. That's the real bacon. Mr. Gatesmaster, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you very much, man. Hola, Moonman, Mr. William Shuttles, and Mika. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope work is doing well. The contracts, the business. I know you guys are working hard. William, thanks for being here again, man. Lots of new information, William, coming out. with the UFOs. I'm so excited. There's going to be more hearings, by the way. The final hearing will be this summer, which, of course, a lot of you obviously think they're going to be hiding a lot from us. They will. But some stuff will be coming out on the inside. We'll find out what's going to happen with Luis Elizondo. We're going to find out what's going to happen with David Grusch. Who knows what's going to happen with David Grusch? I mean, this guy could, be threatened. It's important to know that all those people that you saw, if you did go see that 4-hour hearing from NASA, okay, and many other people, 4 hours of time, those people that were on the panel got death threats and threats in their own homes and their lives because they were talking about UFOs. Not just talking about it, bringing out information on saying whether they're real or not. I could name one we've all had convoy with. Oh, yeah. Our friend Gate Smashers channel, too. You guys got to check him out. Thank you, Darla. Mr. C says 90 years they've had that tech. I am agreeing with you 100%. For the whole time that all of us here on Earth have been alive, and a long time before they've had the technology. It's actually a hidden technology where they're actually, they've hidden that before even the astronauts in the 60s supposedly pretended they went to the moon. So need to watch you more, Bruce. I'm going to try to become a smiley glad hands. Thank you so much, you guys. Member very soon. Money is tight. I hear you. But this is worth it. Smiley, like you just did, the beautiful contribution. It goes a long way, my friends. Honestly, thank you so much. I am Kai. I get in trouble because of the autocorrect sometimes, I'll be honest with you. What will happen to a country's economy if the national debt exceeds the amount of money in global circulation? Creepin' J, what will happen to a country's economy if the national debt exceeds the amount of money in global circulation? Well, digital currency. Money's going to plummet. The price of silver and gold will rise. Another depression. Lots of bad things can happen. The taking over of a country immediately when the currency goes down. We saw a couple of other countries around the world, in third world countries, their money did go down, and we saw what happened with that. It's horrible with what's going on, around the world. But there's still so much that people don't know. So is the full interview coming Sunday? I wonder, do you mean the full interview with the UFOs? I'm not sure. I know that there's a lot of news media that are working on a whole bunch of bullshit announcements on saying that this guy is not legit. It's just hearsay and that. And I think they're looking like a bunch of right idiots doing that, with Grush. I believe that there is. I don't know, Crosshair. I have no idea when it is, but I promise I'm stuttering and looking at everything that's related to that. It's going to come out. A Telegram channel showed a video of how the fires in Quebec all started at the same time. Yeah, we're hearing about that. Being very careful with what I'm saying, but I do believe that they were all set, Norma C. They started at the same time. They declared that some of them had been started because of the lightning that occurred not too long ago, a couple of days ago. I don't know about that. Oh, yeah. I get it. It can be a compliment. It was an insulting comment, but you were being sarcastic. But the meaning of my ass is meaning that you didn't think that I actually played it. Of course, I took it as a compliment, but I did. It literally is the first time that I played that. But of course, it's a compliment. That's why I wrote to you. Was it that good for you to say that? Muni. I'm not sure. Muchas gracias, Julieta. That is my Spanish channel. I had quite a few videos started there. If you speak Spanish, you won't be understanding me right now. Head over to the Spanish channel. Maybe you have some Spanish friends that don't understand English that you want to prove that there's UFOs on the moon. Some of the videos that I caught of UFO lights on the moon should be like in the news. Speaking of Tucker Carlson, Tucker is back. Yesterday, first episode. Look for Tucker on Twitter. You could also look for it on YouTube if you're not a Twitter fan like me. And I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to find it on YouTube. Tucker on Twitter. He did an interview, bombshell interview, which, by the way, he talked about war and aliens. Lots of revelations coming, said Tucker Carlson. I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I'm so excited. Bruce has given us disclosure on the moon. I remember you saying it, Bruce. You were correct. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I like being correct. Man, I love being correct, you know. See, William, there he goes, non-human. You know how many are amongst us? Probably a shitload. And my friends would probably be filled with non-human, yeah, for sure. That's Greg. Hey, they finally caught you again, 7:30 a.m. in Oz. Hope you receive your notepad soon. My notepad. Love the show. Keep up the truth. We all know love from Oz. Thank you very much, Mr. S. Greg. I appreciate that, brother. So, same here. I'm Kai. Lots of stuff. Oh, come on, Darla. A very nice compliment. I don't know. I thought it was an insult. My ass, you played for the first time, but no, he doesn't believe that I played for the first time, even though it was a compliment. It was my very first time playing the harmonica. People get a camera that shoots, but of course. Anyways, people get a camera, shoots 120 frames per second and film the skies. Then a slower play back, you will see their ships everywhere. Yep, I've been saying that for years, brother. Very recently showed stuff around the sun. That's how I catch it. You slow down the videos, you see them on a 20-minute, maybe even just a 5-minute video. You will see things going by, literally going by. I listened to Whistleblower last week who said there are ruins on the moon. I heard that too. And there are ruins on the moon. Lots of people proved it. And well, actually not lots, but some have. And even using NASA footage, imagine. And then what happens is they all disappear. Everyone bringing out truth disappears. Just little YouTube channels and people that you have to find. Some of them have millions of subscribers. Some of them have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. But yeah, well, that's where it gets exciting. So now you're going to have whistleblowers calling other whistleblowers bullshit, DeSouza, especially the way DeSouza said it. I don't know about him. I would think he's more BS, but then again, that's just my opinion. But I am interested in all of them coming out, and there's a lot of jealousy on the inside. There's people that are jealous of Luis Elizondo. They're jealous of David Grusch, which again, he could be right, But if he says that, John DeSouza, about Grush being a bullshitter, we're going to see some fighting online, and we're going to see them try to bring out the truth, and they're going to be competing with themselves. And don't forget, whether you believe in the Bible or not, it says that it's going to be Lucifer. The devil's literally going to be in charge, running everything as it has been for like 1,000 years. And everyone's going to believe that it's the right person that's doing all the talking. Mr. Space Stuff from Astor, Florida. Hello, Bruce, and everyone else. Rich W. in Astor, Florida. I hope you all are doing well today. I hope you're doing well too. Space Stuff, thanks for being here. Thanks all of you for coming in. The 129 watching right now. It's greatly appreciated. Yeah, you said it. It's all, yeah. Yeah, I got a good laugh about that one. Well, I'm blocked from being able to see Alex Jones and band.video. YouTube doesn't present on Google band.video, and they send me to a video on YouTube called band.video. The guy's got about 100,000 views, and I have to go to InfoWars, go up and click on band.video, and it still doesn't work. It says that you have no access to getting to that site, and it says that my country doesn't allow me to go to that site. So C11, C9, C13, it's here. It's happening. It is, Leah. The stream is flying. That's good. TR3B was disclosure. Yeah, absolutely. Disclosure was also way back in the 60s for those that, a lot of people, hi, Vicky. A lot of people have had disclosure throughout their lives. I had disclosure. A lot of you here have had disclosure, know all about what's going on. It's just that they're hiding the truth, but you all know that the truth actually came out. I think we might come over. That was to St. Augustine after July 4th weekend. Hope to connect. Awesome. Mama Bear is in the house. Hello, everyone. Been listening, and I don't trust them as far as real 100% truth. Absolutely. Must be preventive, must be skeptical, ears and eyes open, the thinking cap on, use common sense, no bullshit. But I feel there are some here that know something and will tell it like it is. Yes. So, like I said, because they integrated lies, John DeSouza, like Norma C was saying, I'm not sure by DeSouza. I don't care who he's friends with. He's just like me. It's just like me. Who I don't even care who he is. That's like when the Queen said something that was real. I don't give a crap about a rat's ass about what she was saying because I use my own common sense and judgment. But it's come to the point where people don't have to use judgment. You can go online, right, and not use judgment at all. So what's going to happen with this David Grush and John DeSouza and all that? We'll keep in touch to see what happens with DeSouza if more will come out. But by the way, it's David Grush that asked the Congress to check him out. Okay. He's obviously not going to turn around and say there's 16 of them. They're hiding in Austria in an old Nazi bunker, which I'm pretty sure there's some there. And, he's not going to come out with that. I believe that he's not going to be able to come out with that. I get it. It makes you shit that he comes out and says that there's a whole bunch of different craft that he's not going to be talking about. What's the use of him doing that? Well, that's the way it has to come out from the inside. We should see other whistleblowers on the inside. I'm pretty sure they're already there and hidden. Whistleblowers, because of the laws, because of the Constitution and everything in the States, have protections. Whistleblowers on the inside of the governments as agents have protections. Whistleblower civilians here in Canada have protection. Well, not really, because I don't feel that I have any protection. That's for sure. But in reality, it's sort of like they'll hide somebody that's, talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Like, look at Justin Bieber. Bad example. I don't like the bugger, but either way, Justin Bieber, you don't see any videos about him anymore. Why? That's one of many people I'm telling you about. Because the algorithm, the AI, is controlling you to see certain things, right? There's protests in France. Well, the AI is not going to show any of that. You could type some in. Protests in France. Well, you'll go to 6 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 months ago. You get all the news media. YouTube presents all the news media. CSN, CSN, CNN, whatever, MSNBC, all the corrupt ones, talking about UFOs on YouTube. When you look for UFO report, you'll see all those corrupt news medias talking about it. It's really sad. Hey, I'll take it. 128 now watching. Really happy about that. Thank you very much, guys. It's an interesting subject. David Grush, what's going to happen with that? Be expecting lots of information coming out from the inside. That could be just one leak from the last leak that wasn't supposed to come out. And why is it that they're freely talking with smiles? Why did John DeSouza? Why did Luis Elizondo? Why did he Mashed do it? Why did the Canadian retired defense minister talk about it before he passed away a year or two ago? Why do they talk about it? Because they're allowed. They're allowed talking about certain things, but not certain things, everything, right? They can say, yeah, secret projects. Sure, we retrieved alien craft. Well, where are the alien craft? Well, that we're not allowed to say. So then people will say, oh, he's full of shit if he's not going to come out and say it. We are the ones, lots of us here anyways, that are complaining that the government never tells us truth. Well, a whistleblower on the inside sat down and declares having said the truth. He, under oath, okay, under oath, declared that. He's still working. He's well accredited in the intelligence community, even though not a lot of people trust everyone there. I do believe there's some good whistleblowers on the inside. If not, the world would end, right? Like if there weren't good FBI or agents or CIA agents, it would be the end. Sure, there's double agents. Sure, there's people working for them. They're in every country of this world. Those three-letter associations, all of them. They have businesses in other countries. They have this in other countries. They have that in other countries. If you're Canadian, some of you know that there's a lot of land here that's owned by the Queen. The Queen owns land. If any Canadian on that land wants to dig, mine for gold or anything, it goes to her, right? All the shares goes to her because she owns the land. She owned the land under Canada. The Queen was the Queen of Canada. People go, no, she's not a Queen of Canada. She was a Queen of England. She wasn't. She didn't even start off by being the Queen of England. She was a Queen of Germany. Her mom was. Nazis in their families, nothing hidden whatsoever. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I saw that guy say death to the people that didn't do what everyone was trending on doing at one point medically. The hell with you all, he said. Howard Stern, the hell with you all. I saw them all. Colbert with the crooked ear. The hell with you all, the people that did that. But people still watch them. I used to watch Colbert day and night because I thought he was funny until he became woke, right? He was woke before, but then he just really went woke. I stopped watching them. TD Bank this morning, announcement. TD Bank with a bunch of rainbows and Skittles behind it. There you go. Does it have anything to do with hating trans people? Nope. The awake people know why I'm doing that. They're trying to control you. It's not even the trans people that are doing it. It's the fake people wearing the fake rainbow shit and fake little helmets to get around, right? Like the fake little demons that have their pretend horns on and pretend Dracula teeth. So it looks like they're mean. One of these things are not like the other. Even Sesame Street told us. That's right. These are the people in our neighborhood. They should have showed the aliens and, Satanists and all these people that are in our association. So I believe they're going to admit that a certain race that's here on Earth is an alien race. And that the reason why they're the alien race is the reason why they're the elites and why they are in control. So they keep having their people here, right? Like we could assume it's the Chinese or whatever, right? And that they've always continued to have like that Chinese race here. But maybe the human race is a race that was brought here to Earth and that there was only primitive races here. Look at it the way you want. We can be the aliens. We can be the intelligent race of aliens. And that the ones in charge of their own race, the aliens, are making us believe that we are the ones going to be visited by aliens when we're the ones visiting all the planets in the solar system. Theories, scenarios here. I said I was going to go through them, and that's just quite simply what I'm doing, right? Aliens are advanced beings. What if they're not? What if they're the most primitive being out there and they're just spiritual and they do not have weapons and they're not aggressive? Well, how much of a takeover, an easy takeover would that be? Do you think NASA would take over an innocent race because they didn't have weapons? I can confirm to you that they probably definitely would attack them because they can, to control them. Slavery is real. It never ended. The story of slavery is upside down. Black people know the truth now. White people know the truth now. And you're going to always have the same people in the background that are just, that and white supremacy this and white supremacy that. Only white supremacists exist? No. I can confirm to you that supremacist is anyone that's acting supremacally, right? Whether you're blue, pink, or purple. If an alien comes down here and says, all you white people are a bunch of trash and all you black people are racist, quite simple. The word racist this year has been broken up. People don't understand what racist means anymore. 3 missing, I'll take it. Yeah. Reduced intelligence for lower self-preservation instincts. We are a race of stupid, and genius. In the human race, you have every style of a human. You have the most intelligent one, quick as a whip ones, right? And some of those can't even paint. A mixed race of people, I'm telling you. Maybe some aliens came and had sex with the humans, right? Oh, well, then what? Well, yeah, Nephilim, Book of Enoch. And we go through a whole bunch of stories and interesting stories. There's so many interesting stories and there's so many interesting theories and scenarios that people can talk about, you know. Seriously, are giants real? Seriously, people still make videos about, are giants real? I've put that in the title at one point. Are giants real? Of course they're real. We saw the proof of the giant skulls, but the problem is that there's a mixture of real images and fake images, and we're not even getting into the AI crap that's coming out right now, right? You know, have you guys been noticing all year that YouTube channel that always appears and it says, hey, Stallone died this morning. Hey, so and so died this morning. Hey, so and so died this morning. Here's pictures at the funeral. You show pictures at the funeral. They show people crying over the casket. They show Simon Cowell in the casket the other day. That's the last that I heard. Almost blared it out in the community. Hey, guy, did you know that Simon Cowell passed away? Which he didn't, by the way. But still, it's how to hide truth is you integrate a little bit of a lie. Bruce Swartz posts the video about UFOs. If only a couple of thousand people go to that channel, it's not going to change anything, right? If the news were allowed presenting my work and many other people's work, how many people maybe have done what I did on the moon and just gave up and trying to get the information out because they were afraid to get the information out? I showed activity on the moon, and I'm not um, more of a genius than anyone else. I was lucky. So be it. Sure. Do I have any skill? I'd like to think that I do. But is it just because of skill that I showed that? It's luck. You never know where the UFOs are. It's patience. It's slowing down the film. Nobody believes me. I keep repeating myself. Slow down your sun footage. Slow down your moon footage. Slow it down. But here's the problem. A 5-minute footage will be 25-minute footage. Nobody wants to watch that, but you will watch it. And in the middle of your 25-minute, which is just was just 5-minute video, you're going to see 4 UFOs go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Holy smokes, 4 UFOs went by. When you play it back regular speed, you might see them, but most likely you won't. And you could see images of complete images. Just in the last video, did I post? I think I did. Last or before last video, I posted again what looks like a stick flying around, a cigar shaped object flying around different directions. Again, I've showed that last summer. I've showed it once again this summer. How did I see it? By slowing down the footage so I can look at the cloud that was transforming and the light was coming into the cloud. So I slowed it down and I made like a 3-minute video instead of just a 10-second video. And in that 10-second video that was elongated, I was able to see that stick figure roaming around again, right? So there are things out there all around Earth. No, you don't just need a camera with a special frequency. NASA's doing it themselves. You know, look at it the way you want. What is a filter? What does it change? You can only change so many things when you're using a filter. Will it create a fisheye? Will it add color to your image? Will it distort your image in any way? You don't want to have a filter that's going to distort your image, now do you? Right? Why would you use a filter that distorts an image? It doesn't. But adding color to the surface of the moon can help your eyes see a lot better. Green is a color that's your eye is used to viewing and can see very well. Other colors, your eye don't see them, the shapes and forms as well. Star Hunter is here in the house. Increased anger for the hell of it. Just for the hell of it. Bring on the fan. Rod R. Thanks for being here again. Thanks for coming back, you guys. I'm like you. Bring it on. I'm ready to know the truth. Yeah, it was bad. The quality of air here too is shifting both in Darla's area. My area today was worse than Darla's. It was I think a 5. Yesterday it was a 6. Very bad air quality, and it was smoggy also. So all the shifting of wind. I even got a little bit of rain here yesterday, but all last night there was a lot of rain. But I'm trying to get information myself right now as to how many fires are out there, and it's like it's a battle, guys. It's a battle for me who's in Quebec to find out how it all started, to find out where the fires are, how many people are being evacuated from town to town. Arikara Blue, this is what happened last time before they shuffle the deck. I don't know why you just don't say it, man. Moon people. Why don't say what? Express yourself differently, Akara Blue. This is what happened last time before they shuffle the deck. No, what's happening now, Arakara, and hey, don't feel bad, guys. We're debating here. I'm not going against what you're saying to be mean. Um, this has never happened before. This can never be compared with anything that's happened in the past. We don't see the whistleblowers on the inside. What we're doing now is we're seeing more transparency. NASA said they want to be transparent. A lot of people laughed here. So did I, but I'm still going to share what the hell they said. And they said they're going to be transparent about everything. They even said, as a matter of fact, they have websites they just formed, .gov websites, the ones that we all hate, that's going to be talking about every UFO sighting. They're not going to hide anything at all. We heard the U.S. Navy and the Air Force, everyone's saying, no, we're not going to talk about it because they're, DARPA's DARPA, CIA's CIA, not working on the same things. They all have secret projects, but they're all doing different shit. FBI is doing one thing, but what this happens is a repeat of what's going on in the past. Obviously, they're going to redo it again. It's the same way they tried to people in what the first guy first time I can see all in the life and said 5 years 14 and that went up the there is an I'm back. Test, volume test. Sorry, guys. Fidelio Montes, thank you very much for being here. Is Lover of the Lord here? Really? Poor guy that I'm always... no sound. There should be sound. There should be sound. We'll see. Donnie Foster's here. Thanks, Case Smasher. Guess they don't want him talking about this subject. Yep. Oh, well. Too bad, too sad. We will keep speaking and listening to our truths. This world's gone mad. Very well said, Mama Bear. Very well said. 5 on 5. I'm back, Stephen A. Right on. So sorry about that. So, like I was saying, it disappeared. For the first time, guys, I saw my connection here and it went to 5 on 5. I saw the people watching go up to 675 2 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. And from the 675, smack back down to 90 and then down to 70. Now we're back up to 96, going up, but I don't see the connection. And right now I'm going to dare do what I just did the last stream. So, my hands are here. So it's not me that's going to unconnect. I'm going to reread what I did a second ago. Okay. Mouse is right here. Put it right there. Lift up my hands. So what I'm going to repeat and say to you is that your connection, something's wrong with your connection. There is an unknown problem on either our side, our end, they said, or your end. And then I went offline. Don't ask me why. Really funny. Hackers. We can't get moon videos. We're just going to bug his ass as much as we can. Oh, yes, they mess with the numbers. You can be sure that they mess with the numbers. So I'm back again. Sorry about that. Bruce is back. Norma C. It's because Norma C was so happy to see me. Trolls are jealous. What is the space station really for if we're not landing on the moon, or so we're told? There's a good one. Do you know that on the ISS space station, there's something very similar to a quantum computer? It's what they're building. It's what I'm very afraid for. It's what they're trying to build right now, a quantum computer, because they have not built that yet. We're used to the binary is the way the computers talk. Without getting into that, that's a very in-depth subject. We use ones and zeros. It's the language of the computer. And some people can read the script like I can, like most of you can, 1001, 1010000001. It's all different words and letters, right? But long story short, Stephen Hawkins, I think it is Hawking, whatever, his DNA, biological living DNA, is on the space station. They have a record of all the DNA of some very important people. Now, I know for a fact, okay, I believe anyways, maybe it's just my belief. When will we see Stephen Hawking again using his DNA, right? It's almost like that guy was such an intelligent guy. It's like they put him in that body so they wouldn't be able to run away, so they could use him in a way as a brain. But he's up there. He's on his DNA is on the space station. They study DNA there. They have plant life up there. They're doing tests, trying to grow various things. When you see them in the cockpit or wherever they are in the center, that with the stupid doorway where you just see them with the hair floating and they're just there, that's the only area you see them in. Why don't you see them doing their research or experiments? They look well rested, eh? Don't look like people that are doing very hard work, in space. Are they even in space? Does the ISS space station even exist? Get hundreds of people that come to this channel that say, Bruce, I see the ISS space station go by every so many hours in the sky and stuff. You really seeing it? What are you seeing? You seen a light go by? Okay. Can you see anything about that light? Can you see if it's a space station? There are videos of people zooming up on the space station. It's not that I'm saying it's not there, but I still don't know. What are they doing in the space station is a hell of a good question. That's for sure. Yeah, sorry about that, you guys. And he's gone again. Yes, it is very weird. But yeah, they're doing it again like they did before. Obviously, I'm not going to F up my live stream by trying to get off. Good thing I was able to come back on. In the past, I had to come back on and restart another live stream. As a matter of fact, when I'm finished, the live streams, I can't turn them off. I have to wait about half an hour or an hour. After this, I can't put any ads on my stream. The last stream from last Friday, they're not allowing me to put ads on it yet. You guys are getting ads, though. I'm not getting any revenue. So that's how they rob you. They steal from you. They steal the revenue from you that way. Yeah, talking too much about what's coming, about them admitting where humans came from, whether it's some type of lie or whatever that's going on. I don't know, but they're definitely not wanting, me to get. They don't give a crap about what I'm saying. They just don't want important people to show up. When I did all those interview with Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic, Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic was reached and emailed by several people. Day one. I had a radio interview, 96.9 FM in Lévis, Quebec, for those that don't know. In French, I got about 4 hours of audio live on the FM radio, talking about my research, talking about who I am, what I've been seeing on the moon, and then everything completely stopped. That person at the radio station was reached on the telephone by somebody that said, don't believe this liar. He's a fraud. Why are many? And some of the people that are doing that have already their noses inside MUFON and, ufology associations, which are registered, by the way, even part of the Space Force. Why? Why would someone connect with me, Bruce, a French dumbass bus driver, like most of the trolls said? Just a regular bus driver is going to be the one that's going to tell the world about what's on the moon. Yeah, I believe it. That's how it is. What, like Bob Lazar, the 19-year-old astrophysicist with the big googly glasses and making cars like that work on water? There's a lot of intelligent people out there. Not just intelligent, there's also me, a whistleblower, right? What is a whistleblower? Well, somebody who risks his freaking life by talking about something, and not just talking about something, by proving something. None of you can change the perception of an entire world. That's what they don't want. Me reaching a couple of hundreds of thousands of people, no problem. But changing an entire world, like having reached, venting myself there, having reached news media, Tucker Carlson, I'm pretty sure he would have just looked at it if they were allowed and would have said, hey, that's pretty compelling evidence and we're going to show it but not name you or whatever. Fine. But they're not allowed doing that. But now we're seeing people leave News Media Association. Project Veritas. I'm so disappointed in you twerps for having gone woke and left. I devoted my life to believing in everything that you guys were doing. And then James O'Keefe, the founder, got excluded himself out of his own association through woke means. So it's a takeover. It's a coup. James O'Keefe is talking on his own. Tucker Carlson is talking on his own. First episode, Tucker on Twitter, he's going to divulge everything. He's talking about everything that's going on with Hunter and Biden, the war in Ukraine, the Nord Stream and everything, the pipelines. Oh my God. And he's going to bring it all out. So he's back at work. And don't forget, Fox News didn't never stop paying him. They were, as a matter of fact, he was trying to get out of that contract where they were paying him to shut up. Did you guys know that? Tucker Carlson getting paid millions of dollars a year not to be able to talk because of the upcoming 2025 selections and all that shit. Imagine. Wheelie Bin, ever thought of using a dedicated astro camera for better resolution? Oh, that's exactly what I use, my friend. But you mean like using a dedicated astro camera for better resolution, Bruce? Yeah, we're talking price here. Of course, I hear you on it. But honestly, I don't need it. Honestly, I don't need it. I need a better resolution, yes, to see more of the surface, but I didn't need it to prove it. But yeah, Wheelie Bin, it would be an amazing thing. I was looking at one this afternoon with 100 megapixels, and it's $26,000 without a lens on it. Hasselblad, like they used on the moon, that they dug holes in it and changed it up. A little more complex today, the Hasselblads. Danny Johnson, their end, I'm saying, yes, it's coming, brother. Their end is here. I disappeared and I'm back. I did jinx it, Radar. Thank you, Stephen Hay. You took my words out of my mouth. Yeah, Scott, and somebody even emailed me to say that I sounded like a robot. Oh, Norma C, it is. And it's also in astrology too. Hang on. This is because there's a meaning if you said that. First thing that comes up, a message from beyond. It's an angel number. Let's see what it says. The meaning of the number is 675, because I'm all about patterns and meanings. You know that, eh? I live my life based on those patterns and meanings. Angel number 675, starting from scratch. Life is simple when you are flexible to do anything as an individual. Therefore, angel number 675 is asking you not to feel inadequate in deciding on starting new. Changes are inevitable and you will experience different things along the way. However, you have to be very strong to overcome the challenge coming. Thank you. That was cool. Angel number 675. A message Norma C sent me to my angel to listen to the message. That Norma C, that's exactly what my angels say, that I'm hilarious. Hey, I promised, Danny. Thank you very much, brother. Thanks, you guys. Fasting. I'm continuing the fasting. I'm down in the 230s and continuing on doing another 5, 6, 7 day fasting will get me down to the 220s, which my goal weight at the end of July was 225. I'm really less than 10 pounds away from that goal weight. Very, very happy for that. Thanks for the encouragement, you guys. Right on, Willie Ben. We were sucked into using binary. We should be using base 12. Ah, very smart, my friend. Yes. Well, that's what they do, eh? Hello, Jews of Southern Oregon. Hello again. USA. Loud and strong. Thank you. Right on, Mr. Stephen A. You guys want to send me some UFO parts or some some secret video of some UFO that the government's trying to kill you for. Are you nuts? I'm going to put that in my channel. I will actually. I have some images here. Jim G. His brother was working for NASA, passed away. He gave me a lot of beautiful memorabilia and souvenirs of his brother, including some beautiful badges that you've always seen on the wall there. I've shifted around just over here to the left. And long story short, he gave me some images that were taken, the Challenger and a bunch of stuff. I'm not mentioning it too much, inside of NASA. I never showed them. I was always afraid in case that his brother had taken some shots of some certain things, especially with the Challenger. I have images, lots of images, several images of the Challenger before it went up, which I'm pretty sure the government would want maybe some people having. Happy Hump Day. Thank you very much, kind sir. Appreciate that. Sorry for the little glitches here, my friends. What do you think about the chemtrail? Could there be roads for aliens go fall? Yeah, yes, Julie. I believe that it's a UFO highway, that they're used, maybe not created for UFOs, but that the UFOs are moving across the sky in those. I believe 100% that's how they travel. They travel quickly in groups inside the clouds, and they can remain there till they go off to the next cloud. Especially the fact that UFO activity, the skies are the most active during the day, because during the day, who's going to take a picture of the moon during the day except for Bruce? Not many people do, and even me. I'm not infatuated by filming the moon out in the daytime, but I should be, because that's when they're landing on the moon. They're not going to land there at night where the lights are going to go down and everyone's going to see lights arriving. They're doing both, as a matter of fact. But during the daytime, that incredible UFO fleet that I've shown, which is, for me, the best capture of my research ever, showing them leaving the interior of the moon, that was caught in the middle of the afternoon during the day. And didn't even see the original footage, which is somewhere, which I'd have to find, because the only reason why I saw that UFO fleet is because I put everything green and slowed down the image to show Mare Fecunditatis. When I did that, I saw those lights go like that in a flash of an instant. And that's where I understood it's true. You slow down footage and you will see things flying by. I proved it with the moon. I proved it with the sun. You could literally see things shooting by the sun when you slow the footage down. All the time? No. Most of the time, no. Often something does come up. Whistleblower, just another in the long line of whistleblowers over the years. True, Manio. Nothing new, and would be surprised if anything came of it. You see, that's where I beg to differ. Manio, thanks you guys. And listen, thanks for giving your opinions too at the same time. You guys could all be right. Manio, like a lot of people, you're not alone to say that, man. I'm seeing most of what people are saying, more what you're saying right there than with what I'm saying. But I can tell you that I know a couple of things that are going to happen because of what they said about my research, where I was going to have to wait till 2024. There's going to be a difference in the way UFO videos will be held back. I can confirm to you in 2024, it's going to be all free, all for all. They will have talked about the moon too, most likely. But the difference with the long line of whistleblowers is that we got to hear some of them because it came out from the inside. But this whistleblower is the most accredited whistleblower. This David Grusch is the highest placed in the military, highly dressed, well-dressed, the most dressed military soldier to ever speak out. So this is on the ladder, saying like someone in, a president's campaign speaks out about this truth, not just a Congress member. It's higher up. And the whistleblowers that are on the inside, there's lots of whistleblowers, lots that we've never known either. But Manio is right about the fact that we've seen many whistleblowers he believes that it's just the same scenario. Well, not word for word, nothing new over the years. Well, the nothing new now, we have something new. We've never seen anything occur in the past 3 years in the past. They admit that it could be an adversarial country at the beginning. They weren't excluding UFOs. NASA just quite simply never, ever, ever talks about UFOs, right? They ask questions. When you see a NASA employee or someone, a NASA professional or scientist talking about it, they have this big gloating smile on their faces. Even the news media do that, right? Except for the serious ones. They laugh and they say, well, UFOs and it's just Chinese spy balloons and stuff like that. And it's like, it's not China that said it was a spy balloon. It's the US themselves that said that China said it was spy balloons and stuff. These people take everything for granted of what people are saying. But I'm telling you, we're going to find out about everything, the moon and everything. But it's going to be in a time where Earth is in peril. Maybe there'll be blackouts. Maybe, we'll all be enslaved and stuff. But everything is going to hit the fan because the whole truth is going to come out. I promise you all. I have good intuition, and the intuition that I've been guided when it comes to my research is the first time in my life that I feel that we are going to hear it all. It's all going to come out. It's going to change people's lives. It's going to destroy all the religions on earth, but the plan's already there to destroy all religions and stuff. So they're not going to mind that coming out. As a matter of fact, I think the government's going to finally use the truth to come out to close certain associations. They're going to use everything to their advantage, whether it be to even, dirty their name or tarnish their name. If it gives them money, they're going to do it. They're going to, bring out the truth. Watch the gold and silver. Watch what's going to happen with everything. Watch the new things that they're going to be coming out with, like, oh, well, it turns out that we found a Nephilim giant in I don't know, a certain sarcophage in Egypt that was not spoken about because they wanted to wait to get better carbon dating. What they can say anything they want, but it's all going to come out. The truth is all going to come out. You know why? Because good always wins over evil, right? It's not written in the Bible that the elites are going to overcome us, right? I'm just adding that in there for those religious people that follow the book, the Bible, by the book, like a law book. I don't. It's an interesting book of interesting ideas to ponder. There's some truth, there's some lies maybe in it. We don't know who wrote it. We know it was translated. We know that it was possibly stories were omitted from the Bible. We know that the translation were put into words and terms that people would understand. But again, always by the person sounding out what the message means. We've never, ever seen the truth and or understood the language of what the first real scriptures were. Because don't forget, it wasn't one book. It's a whole handful around the countries and different caves and ancient sea scrolls to be able to make a book, a Bible, right? There's different versions of the Bible. Never change God's word in here. Yeah, right. But some Bibles say that. He will change God's word in this book. But that book's not just God's word. It's a translation of God's word. And they've never admitted that, right? Saw a tiny one, I assume was the ISS, but I do not know for sure. Exactly. Like me when I see the tiny one, because the ISS could be very well that one that's really, really high up. And they could have other probes too, I am Kai. Hey? They could have a bunch of other probes there for sure, like without a doubt. That dog's cute, man. Hey, man, thanks a lot. I appreciate that, bro. Old white wallpaper, old white ceiling. And this is my living room and kitchen. And on the other side, I got the tiny little room, which I'm very happy to be living in a small area right now because, the price of everything, but everything's just so expensive. Wheelie bin. I'm already using an Astro camera. I'm not using the P900, brother. Oh, shit. Never. I've never, ever used the P900 in my life on a telescope. The P900, my friends, or for me to record the clouds outside. I'm off again. Oh, the numbers are back. Go up 700. Here we go again. Get ready. We're going down. Bruce is going down. Yeah. Hey, trolls. I exposed the moon and I even exposed you attacking me. How does he do it? Bruce exposes them all, one after the other. So let's see the numbers go up here. Oh, it's somebody fighting. I think it's a good hacker and a bad hacker that's trying to keep the connection up. Thanks, guys. Let's see what it says. Connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, try plugging into your router. No router connection or moving closer to it. There they can't. Hey, you trolls are going to be able to put me down, and it just isn't using his fingers. Let's see if I can use magic. Close sesame. No, doesn't work. So connection is unstable. I wonder why. I can see for the first time my connection there. Very interesting. What do you want a guy to do? They're all over the sky. I'm seeing them a lot now. Yeah, that's something new now. People with non-monetized channels will have ads on their videos. But don't worry. I go into the monetized settings. You'll get an ad or two, even 3 at the beginning. But then you'll watch for a whole hour and 20 minutes before you see another 1 or 2. But some people, and again, I keep repeating this. I'm sure it gets the trolls mad because I've noticed after I said this last stream, all the trolls took off their ads. All of them, the 3 channels I was watching. Go on Social Blade, look up Bruce Sees All, and on the top right where you see my video, you can click, don't click on it, just click once on the image, and then you'll see YouTube to go to YouTube. Don't go to YouTube. Look at the yellow lines that you see there. If you see more than 2 or 3 yellow lines and they're side by sides, because somebody's fucking you over by putting a whole bunch of ads, and you can tell how many people are putting ads. Go to the channels, and before accusing him or her, let them know that, hey, I went to see on Social Blade and it says that there's 26 ads. Let them know that it's YouTube or something putting them on. It's not always YouTube. Some people can deliberately be doing it. But they've been playing with me. Ask Darla. Ask anybody that's been here for many years, which is not many of you. Not a lot of you. You'd be surprised here that are still here. It's always new people. But now it's quite a few, actually quite a few. Yeah, Steven, Julie, Norma. We're a couple of hundreds here that you guys have been coming back, but it's only us. It's only you guys. You guys are my whole channel. Okay. If everyone that's here right now today didn't come to next Friday's stream, there would not be anybody here. I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be anybody coming back to the stream. YouTube is letting me see short videos from other countries of UFOs. Oh, interesting. So it's interesting how that AI works, eh? It really is, Willie Bin. But yeah, Willie Bin, I'm sorry I didn't understand what you had talked about. I should have mentioned to you. I own a Nikon D850 that's at the back. That's what I'm getting the images with, a Nikon D850. And the lowest I've ever used was a cheaper DSLR, a Canon or something like that. It was still 28 or 32 megapixels. Now I'm using 46, then eventually 100, 300. Get better equipment for sure. But yes, I use a Nikon D850 at the back. It's one of the best cameras on the market. You should be take the time to look it up and take the time to check to see if it's a good camera that goes with the Celestron. Oh shit. You should see what the guy over there, when I bought it and put it on the telescope, he told me, he says, let me know how good the images are going to be. Because with the Nikon D850, it's a $5,000 camera, $10,000 if you just want a 30 or 50 millimeter lens on it too. Very expensive, but you have a lot of access in zooming up many hundreds of thousands of times. You can get as close to you want of an area to view the area properly without seeing any pixelation. It's all those little things that I went and paid many thousands of dollars for more just to be able to not have those problems. So yeah. I thank you, Stephen A. I like to believe I am. If I was threatened that much, I have to be doing something right. Please sub and comment on any video after the live stream. That is the best. I love you. Julie Stats, thank you very much. You guys can head on over and check out Julie too. And Gate Smasher. These are all people that come back here. Stephen A. Norma C. It's just repetitive that people come back. Willie Bin, thanks for being here. There's some of you I don't even remember that you were already here and came back. For years, I saw tiny lights in the sky. I thought they were satellites. I hear you. I always thought they were too. Satellites. Maybe some of them are. Maybe we can see some satellites, Norma C. But me here, those little lights that we used to see going across the sky, I don't see them anymore. I don't know if, like, why. I have no idea why. But yeah, Norma says, I'm suspecting they were something else. The problem is, Norma C., look at it the way you want. There's only 4,500 satellites. And now only add a couple more because Elon sent up a few links, a few more satellites. Only under 5,000 satellites in all of space, my friend. Did you know that? Look it up. And I'm scared now with Google because sometimes people will find other amounts, but I'm telling you, the amount of satellites around the Earth are 4,500. So if I can see 22 lights one evening and I go look up to see where the satellites are and there's none of them going by, UFOs for a fact. And don't forget, Norma C., the lights that are very small and high up, I've shown some of my videos. They go by, they are a tiny flicker of a light. The ones that come down to my house, the ones that are big and get bright and they go poof, they no. Lasers, my ass. It's no laser that's doing that, sending another laser, and that's why we're seeing the flashing. That's bullshit. You know why? Because the mirrors are not facing Earth. Every time they launch those satellites, it's the satellite trains that people see because they're low. And the whole time, what everyone forgets, all the trolls forget to mention that these satellites every day, 160 of them. The next day I got maybe 40 of them. The next day I got 20 of them. They go up in height and you won't see them anymore. It's simple because they're not bright and reflective. They're black. They're small. Okay. Even back in the day, they were as big as a washer and dryer. Not very big to see. So people ask me, with your camera, could you be able to see the space station? Well, like not with the P900, because it depends on how you'll see a light go by. Sure, maybe. Okay. Because they say that it goes by. But here's the problem. I think it's 4:20 in the morning here. It goes by. It must be always different times. There's a website online where you can go and see how often, the space station goes by. Well, that's why, Norma C., it's very important for me to document the characteristics of the UFOs. I got over 15 UFOs on video that stop in the sky, and I have the proof of them stopping and taking off. So they can say, thousands of people can say that my claims aren't real because I'm not using any added filtering or any screwed up special mechanism or, big expensive equipment. You say, yeah, telescope's expensive, the camera's expensive. The P900 was just my camera when I do my videos outside, when I'm using a P900. And thanks for, Wheelie Bin. I don't know who told you I was using a P900, but it's a P900 only if you see me talking on the balcony. That's when I'm using the P900 because I've never used my Nikon camera that's on the 850, the Nikon D850. I can't use it to film myself because I don't have a lens on it. My lens is the telescope. I bought it without a lens so that I could be able to get it. And I'm telling you, Willie, but it makes absolutely amazing images. As a matter of fact, there's nobody else on YouTube showing what I'm showing on the moon. So, I must be doing something right. You guys want to know how to do fasting like I'm doing, but want to do it in a way where somebody more than me went and got some information. My brother's channel talks a lot about the fasting and keto diets, and also has experience of having done some keto diets. So Lover of the Lord, you want me to put up the link? You want to give it a test and come on and say hello? If AN. Yeah, no. She's no troll. She's no troll. Probably not going to talk to people she doesn't know because you're new in the community and you change your name from David to the Lover of the Lord. Probably why she doesn't know it. But to know AN is totally safe. She's one of the biggest contributors of the channel. She's been here for years. If it, for whatever the reason, that person doesn't talk to, I have no idea why. No idea why. But so far, that person's okay. Jesus was a carpenter's son. I guess they forgot. Yeah, there's lots of things, that they forget. As a matter of fact, he probably made the table for the Last Supper, most likely. He was a carpenter, only typical that they would have asked him to build a cross, right? Look at it the way you want. I'm serious. Like, look at it the way you want, but how could you punish a carpenter that declares to be God's son? We'll have him build his own, cross. And anyways, forgive me. Maybe it's already written in the Bible and I don't even know it, but absolutely. Hey, I've been on for a while, Already 7. Back up to 101 in the chat. That's very good. We're about at 89 now, so that's good. 150, that's even better. I see so many UFOs when using my 12-inch telescope. There's a lot of traffic up there. Absolutely. There is a lot of traffic up there. You're seeing the same thing as me with 12-inch. Absolutely. The ancient Chinese saw 3 hours of darkness during Good Friday and recorded it. I remember reading about that. Recorded it and like nobody else, came back to see it. Wow, 155. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. Casa Nostra. How's it going, man? Susan Ravella is here. Susan and Rocky, hello to you guys. Hey, drive safe, Kai. Is Kai off? Thanks, man, for coming by. Susan Ravella, thanks again. Luis, how's it going? Yo sé comienza. Todo. Muchas gracias. Bienvenidos a mi canal de investigación. Dos Canal, Astronomia OVNIs, is the second channel of UFOs in Spanish. But bienvenidos a todos. All Spanish-speaking friends, thank you very much, Luis. Para. Muchas gracias. Yeah, Kevin. Exactly, man. Change is coming. 100%. We can do it. Stephen A. Thanks for supporting. Stephen A is like, he's the guy there at the games with the horn, beer in his hand already saying, yeah, to support his team. I know he's that kind of guy because he's supporting me that way. And I appreciate it, man. The live feed chat seems to have a problem with its server. Sorry about that, Vicky. Yeah. Upside down. Thanks again, Gay Smasher. Christy Lindsay's in the house. Just called and heard on the news the government found alien spacecraft. And what does Bruce think? So hope Bruce sees this. Sorry, I'm late. You're never late, my dear Christy. I hope you're still there. I have a favor to ask you. If ever you go back to Tucson, Arizona, there is a yard there in Tucson, around Tucson. It's a graveyard for jet planes. If ever you go back, and this is really important, let me know if you or if your mother goes by that area, or if you are seeing that they are taking away some of the planes, that they are fixing some of the older planes. Costs them between $2 and $3 million to use an older jet. Sometimes the wheels being left in the sun, they got to change the wheels. It takes 200 military personnel to be able to refurbish a jet, and cost $2 or $3 million. Takes about 3 weeks to do, and they add the oils and they do everything. So apparently they're dishing out a lot of those jets and they're sending them close to China, is what I heard. So that's something very interesting. So government found alien spacecraft. And what does Bruce think? I think it's pretty incredible. And I believe that they're going to admit certain things. They're not going to divulge what everything is. But yes, I do believe that they're going to come out with it. And yeah, it must be another asteroid, Vicky. Exactly. The news the government found alien spacecraft. Yeah, and that would be the same alien spacecraft, most likely, that David was talking about it. David Grusch, which is, a very well accredited person in the intelligence community. I believe that if he's what he said, it's true. I believe there's something on the inside that he said that, because there's nothing that is helping him by saying that. His status in the military is clean, well-known, renowned. This guy is very popular in the community and whatnot. And, well, people are talking. So between whistleblowers say to another one, yeah, you wouldn't believe what we have there. Oh, yeah, talk to me about it. Well, can't tell you exactly what we're seeing, but, plenty of types of beings that we've seen, many different types. Wow, pretty interesting. Can I talk about it? Well, you can talk about it, but, don't say where the information comes from. They're that open sometimes about talking about these things, especially these people that have been doing this for many, many years, right? Yeah, I'm going to send up some more. They're going to get shot down. Some of them at one point, things are going to get so crazy. Very, very grateful for that, Darla, being here and for the generous contributions to all of you. Thanks for coming by the stream this evening. We had always approximately about 100 people watching, and I thank you very much for it. Sorry for the black screen that occurred a few times. Norma C., I love you. Thank you, sister. Thank you very much for being here and all the help that you guys do to make this channel what it is. It's an amazing channel because I have an amazing community. We have a real community here. Ann's Arts and Crafts. I love the name of that channel. I don't believe that any of us are not alien. I believe that we were all manipulated with the DNA. And I believe that we're somehow mind controlled, maybe not to know certain things, but to do a certain task or job here. I believe it, whether it be for being good to your kids. Maybe the only thing you have to do in your life is to raise your child so that your child's child in 375 years will become a president that will save the nation. I believe in these patterns, and, the path of my life is based on all of those patterns and intuition and common sense and fear and intuition, and it's a bit of mixture of everything, but I've always felt guided. And I believe that some of us have been abducted by UFOs. And I don't know if you guys remember the transition when I started explaining that it was spirits I was seeing. And then only 2 years ago, I started saying, damn, what if all those spirits and stuff that I keep telling people that I'm seeing are actually an alien being? That is scary. I mean, it's something alive and not from another galaxy, right? So if there are aliens here on the inside of Earth that are experimenting on humans, how do you think they're going to abduct you? Well, like they're coming from the sky. Sort of makes sense. Beam them up into a ship, In the reality, you're just right here in your bedroom. They're working on you. They're checking us. Maybe they're trying to make the human race better. Maybe they're not. We heard of the Nazis and Hitler trying to better the human race, build back better. It's the same bullshit hundreds of years ago. It's the same thing that's going on today. Who are ill, insanity. Yep, absolutely. His Highness, thank you, sir. Thanks for enduring me, man, for appreciating it, brother. Yeah, I'm going to have to. And the daytime moon will be with the P900 because a lot of people forget I don't film with my 14-inch big ass optical head anything during the day because there's too much light that's gathered in it. I'm going to cook it. Keep praying, brother. Thank you so much. I love you, Norma C. Oh, yes. The first mod here, my friends, the first I can remember was Darla. Oh, I love that one. Susan, thank you. Bruce is the future prime minister of the moon. He's got my vote. Well, thank you very much, you guys, for that. Savion Leah, Dr. Greer, June 12th in DC. Yeah, there's some stuff coming up with Stephen Greer, and there's also talk about something that's supposed to happen on June 12th. So probably might even have a hard time mentioning here, but I think something's coming. Absolutely. Hey, Smiley Lads, again, thanks for coming by. Generous contributions, all of you. Still watching and listening. I had to drive to the store. I still agree with 100% of what you've said. Thank you so much for that, my friend. Thanks, Bruce, and all of my brothers and sisters in the chat. Smiley Glad Hands, welcome to the community. Thanks for, please do come back. Hello to you, Savin Leia. Thanks again for coming in, my friend. Hey, I got a whole bunch of people from around the world, and I got to thank you, Savin, and everyone. For those of you coming in, the greatest deception is that there are life forms in space. Yes, Constantine, Blaze channel, I agree with you. And most will want to embrace the lies from Lucifer. Sadly, that's why we got to stick to our guns, my friend. This is getting old, eh? Sorry about that, guys. Darkness returns, and now the light is back. And I'm back. On that note, my friend OBX Arms, thanks again for all the generous help, contributions, the comments, man, the encouragement, and, you guys. Bruce, the Prime Minister. I love that, Christy. I'm telling you. Yeah, Chris, you got to really check in Tucson, Arizona. There's this, graveyard there of all the planes, and apparently they're taking them away to, fix them. You might only notice one leaving at a time, but if ever you do see some areas where they leave, try to notice that. Thanks, Leah. I try. Use into the big. I have small telescope too, but it's cool to look. Absolutely. Here could not see much north. There are so many trails today here. That is horrible. Damn trails, I'm telling you guys. Hey, Rose Cullum. I've been going on and off. The beginning of the stream also went on and off when we started talking about truth again. Oui, adios. Absolutely. They are always over the skies. I got fluff in my likes button. Things are going crazy. Right at noontime, block the sun. Right at sunset, block the sun. Yeah, that's what they're doing. I knew the Pima Air and Space Museum and the planes near that are being dismantled. Very interesting. Well, that's the thing. The planes that are being dismantled, they're being brought for more parts to go on other planes that they are building and that they are flying secretly at night, for sure, near China, preparing for something big and huge. I also have the intuition that in my lifetime, I will see a war with China, and that China will end. The CCP will stop the time that I will be alive. And that time is coming very, very soon. Jules of Southern Oregon on 420 session here, West Coast, USA. Or is it 4:20 p.m.? Sorry about that. Could be one or the other. 175 is very good. Like, thank you all, you guys. Yeah, I know. I gotta be careful. Yep. You too, Norma C. Thanks for coming back, you guys. Yes, Kiloa volcano, guys. Look it up. There's also, listen, they're on the verge of if not already, they're closing Yellowstone because of the accumulated magma that accumulated, like tons of it under Yellowstone Park, which they say it's about to explode. So sometimes I wonder when we will finally be free from everything. I hope we witness it, Creepin' Jay, and I hope we don't witness it from heaven because we just pass away right before, the good stuff comes out. But be encouraged, everyone. From Northern California, another beautiful place. Thank you very much. Another place that went through a whole bunch of hell. Christy needs some rain. Volcanoes all over the planet will be popping off. You know it, man. That's exactly what's going to be happening. As a matter of fact, that's what's happening right now. Fires near me, Gene Baker. Last I checked was a couple of days ago, but we're talking 400 to 500 kilometers away a couple of days ago. It's not at Montreal yet, so I'm just there in Montreal on the outskirts. So, it's going down through Quebec. You'd be surprised at the number of towns, big towns with many thousands of people, and it's just coming down. Val-d'Or, Chibougamau, Abitibi, Temiskaming, very big problems in Abitibi. So many fires that they can't control. There's more fires starting. Yep. Please behave. I don't want to die a high. Yes, Schuler. I'd like to graduate. Okay, Schooler, I'd like to graduate, please. Yes, absolutely. We all want you to graduate without a doubt. Yes. Yeah. I believe it completely. Matter of fact, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if there's more underground than there is overground. Darla, you're gonna have to leave and take a break there because I don't like it when people stay too long. Get sick of me, you guys. I'm about to leave. I'm just ouch. What was that? I don't think Yellowstone can erupt. Maybe flow is about it. Could be, Mr. C. Well, listen, if it does erupt, US, bye-bye. And so is all that area around Yellowstone. But I'll tell you what, it could be that it doesn't erupt. Maybe they're lying, or maybe it's just a normal activity, but it is accumulating magma apparently. But again, we don't know. You could be very well right because it's been a long time now that they've been saying it's supposed to be active and it's not. Now the professionals are starting to say it. Gene Baker, you guys have a lot of smoke. You have even more smoke than me here today. A lot more. I went to see on EarthCam. Is like, I remember somebody telling me in New York, a lying troll saying it's big snowstorm. We got 40 centimeters. And I went to look on EarthCam. It wasn't even snowing. I went to look on EarthCam this afternoon. I posted an image for you all in the community of Times Square. I hope I'm pronouncing that right area on the ground. And it's very hazy on the ground. Up in the sky, can't see the sky. Can't see the sun. Bright orange, just like like New York was right beside the Saudi Arabian desert, and that there was a storm going over New York. Can't see nothing. Everything's fogged out and hazed out. All the cameras have smoke. And I just went to look a couple hours ago. So here, the problem we have here, Gene, is they're saying that this is something that's going to go on, maybe never end. There's always going to be forest fires, except obviously the winter. But I don't know about how they were started either. I think that was pretty much all deliberate. I believe they're doing here what they did in California. I believe they're doing here what they did in, sure, we all know that forest fires can start, and we know that it's dangerous with cigarettes and But we also know that it's friggin' hard starting a fire, right? People thinking, oh, son of a bitch, the wood's too wet, can't do this. Now all of a sudden, people are just with little sparks setting off fires all over. Yeah, bullshit. Somebody's setting them off. That's what's happening. That's not confirmed. Just what I believe. Press 1 to pee. Yeah, well, listen, I'm almost done. Darla, already 7:28, you guys. And the only reason why praise graphics nut. I want to thank you, all of you, for coming to the channel. And honestly, I wanted to be able to reach a whole bunch of people to let them know what the hell was going on the moon, because I think it's just devastating. I think of my grandmother that used to give so much money to the church and go to the church. And, some of you that come here that are very religious and go to church, and that my research hasn't made you feel that you have to breach or change your belief system, and that you're still doing your religious lives with your families, but you're curious as to come to see what's going on. Some religious people believe that, hey, there could be aliens on the moon, and they still read the Bible. Some people don't, but some people see that this, most smart religious people tell me, Bruce, God created everything in the universe. I said, well, they probably created them too. He goes, sure. They probably weren't bad at the beginning, but they could change because they have own free will. Makes sense. Whether it be Nephilim, whether it would be the angels, demons. I do believe demons exist, but do I believe that everything that I've seen when I was young or in the sky around us is a demon? No, I don't think it is, but I'm not going to confirm it, because you guys could be right. Maybe everything is a demon. Maybe I, never contacted a family member, but I'll never agree with you on that, because I have. But the big secret is that when you contact the family member, it's not going to be proven. It doesn't have to be proven. It's a secret message. It's a message just for you sometimes, but they exist. I know some people here right now that talk to family members who pass away, and they exist. Unless you have somebody coming back to talk to you. If you're going to sit down and you're going to see your dad that passed away, or a child, or anyone, and sit down and say, oh, what if he's coming back as a demon to try to get inside my body? Doesn't matter. Have a beautiful conversation with your kid or with your parent. Don't believe what everyone says about everything being demonic. Don't forget, that's how we scare kids, eh? Don't masturbate. You're going to go deaf. You're going to grow hair on your palms. I don't know how ignorant some parents could have been to say that. I get it. Back in the 40s, 50s, going to say things so the kids won't masturbate because they don't want to, go deaf, But anyways, that's how. What does masturbation have to do with what I was saying? Scare tactics. Scare tactics cause stress. Scare tactics cause cancers. Scare tactics cause your digestive system to have problems, cause you to maybe have breakouts of pimples, or, where stress works in very odd ways. And when you believe that something horrible is going to happen, and the governments are applying the fear tactics, not everybody has the same strength and willpower. So you get a lot of people that are going to be confused, concerned. Unfortunately, some might even take their lives, because that's how we are. We're a mixture of a bunch of pack of nerves up and down, from the quietest, relaxed person to the most aggressively hyperactive people. We're all together in that. We're all living amongst ourselves together. We're all judging each other. Hey, look at her fat ass. Hey, look at his big nose. Hey, look at them. And we don't look at ourselves. I'm part of it too. I admit it. We're a funny race. We're a race of comedians. Maybe we were all just jesters back in the days for aliens. Hey, look at a funny human here. The jester hat, The story is out there, right? Somewhere the story has been told many times, people killed. The story has been left from generation to generation, probably even changed from generation to generation. You guys sick of me yet? I'm getting sick of myself, to be honest with you. Yep, they're going to go back to start saying that. We know nothing about Yellowstone. That's like them saying we know nothing about going to the moon because we lost the way that they went to the moon back in the 60s. They, on their way back, everything was destroyed and we don't know what they did with it. And bull crap. Been carnivore in ketosis for 18 months. Willie Bin, Started April 12th. I lost over 60 pounds. I was 297. I'm now approximately 236, 237 because my balance has been saying that for the past 3 days. Unfortunately, doesn't want to tell me how much weight I'm losing. And many health benefits. It's changed my life in many ways. Before I get off here, guys, Benny Cameron. Is it Benny? Yes, it is. Thanks for being here, my friend. It was to build a comb, but there's too many places. It releases pressure. I am, God bless my awake friends coming by here. You know, when I hear comments from some of you guys, I really feel less stupid and less weird because I got a lot of weird theories. I'm not going to hide it. You know, aside from the theories, I am going to get off and leave you guys go on this one because I've been here almost 3 hours. Hope you don't mind. It was an interesting stream. We had 87 people watching. So that should mean I should be up to over 2,000 views right now. But the last stream, they took the views off. Did you know that? Unfortunately. So if you're new to the channel and you just came back, I think I forgot to say something, but if Yellowstone erupts, North America as a whole is screwed. Yeah, because of the ash cloud. You're absolutely right, my friend. You're up to date exactly with what the scientists and professionals are saying. It's going to go around the earth. It's going to completely black out the earth. Okay, guys, there's a fire before I get off here in Quebec. Like all of Quebec is like smoked up. Look at New York. Look at Boston. You guys be safe too, with your masks and stuff. And like Darla said, close your air circulating vents that are pulling in air into your attic to circulate air in the house, to distribute the air. Turn it off. You don't want any of that coming in. Like, who knows how bad it can get? If we see that you guys in New York, guys, go check it out. It's on YouTube. New York. Wildfires from Canada arrive in New York. Apocalyptic scene. You can't see from one building to the other. Even on the ground, it's completely clouded over. The quantity of smoke that's there, oh my God. I hope they're not breathing that in. But you see, people still have to be outside, doing their own work and everything. Acid rain, very dangerous. That's why I wasn't outside the rain that we just had. Oh, yes. Yes, sir. Very soon, LA House. Yes, the sky is amber, Gene, in New York. I saw it. It's absolutely incredible. It looks like the sun's rising over New York right now, and it's just that red-orange sky. But that is scary stuff. That is scary stuff. So when you see how far the fire roams around the earth, just from, guys, the fire is in Quebec. Okay, New York is 8 or 9 hours from me, right? On the left there. But over to the right, going towards the Abitibi and Témiscamingue and all that, and going to the end of Quebec, got anywhere between 400 to 700 kilometers where the fires are. But they're coming fast. It was 800 kilometers, and it was 700 kilometers, and it was 600 kilometers from Montreal. I have no idea now where it is because there's lots of forest before it gets to Montreal. But way before Montreal, if the wind had not shifted to New York, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised that there was circulation in New York with a sky like that. Dangerous for traffic, dangerous for breathing problems, dangerous for everything. I mean, hey, we had an amazing conversation. I love you all so much. I hope you all know that, guys and gals, brothers and sisters. We have a lot of fun here on the channel. Thanks to the mods. Thanks for liking and sharing these videos if you find them interesting, if you want more research done. My name is Bruce Swartz. For the new people just arriving to the channel, I have a 14-inch telescope with a Nikon D850 at the back, which I had a DSLR before that. And of course, well, the Nikon P900 16 megapixel camera. It's only for my streams outside and my incredible sun videos. You see how nice those sun videos are with just the 16 megapixels? If I was using a Nikon D850, we would see all the details, a lot more details, even though, don't forget, in the sun, it's a different frequency, right? So, amount of magma under Yellowstone is massive. Thank you very much for testifying that. So they say, yeah, I hear you. Don't know if I can trust it or not. It's like, I'm like you, my friend, Smiley Glad Hands. Thanks again for coming by. We don't know if they're telling the truth or not, but it is what they said. The professionals say that the magma is growing, right? CERN, the sun, no matter what it is. You said it, Gene Baker. Direct energy, just like the DEW satellites. Before I get off here, I am getting off. Don't forget that they're even talking about nuclear waste is actually not recyclable. You can recycle nuclear waste. It's the uranium that they're doing now. But in the 60s, they found a way to be able to recycle all that nuclear waste. Why do you think they're holding the nuclear waste? The secret is, look this up, we have enough nuclear waste in the United States to have energy for 150 to 200 years using that energy, because they had a way in the 1960s by distributing that waste and using it as recyclable fuel and many other things that you can do with it. That purple stuff that you see on The Simpsons, the green stuff where it's radioactive and they got people glowing and stuff. Very good stuff to be used. The problem, then I'm going to get off here. I had to say this. The problem with the nuclear facilities is the uranium. They're taking uranium out of it, depleted uranium, and they're taking uranium out of the ground. And the uranium, after one burn, okay, there's different types of uranium. Uranium 235, there's uranium 4 something. Some are good, some are not good out of the uranium. So uranium, you pull it out of the ground once and you put it in the reactor, and then you have to take it out of the reactor and you have to bury it, but you don't have to do that, because back in the 60s, they apply electricity into vats of nuclear waste. And the vats of nuclear waste, you apply an electrical charge in it and electrocute it. And what that does is it moves on one side the uranium 235, which is the good uranium they need to use, and breaks it up from the other uranium. And then they continue making those rods and coils with that and keep putting it and putting it and putting it in. We're always recycling it. Why did they not do that? Who knows? Because that in the 60s and 50s, even, they said would have given us clean energy by the year 2000. So people say, hey, they have the cure to cancer, but they're not giving it to us. I believe that. Hey, they have, they know how to leave Earth, but they're just not telling us. That's right. I believe all that. I believe that we had everything solved back in the 60s. And they just wanted to know how to solve things, not because they actually wanted to solve anything. There is. So, all right, you guys, I am leaving. Darla can go for a pee. And everyone else, vinyl chloride cloud last month. Yep. Don't forget East Palestine. All the bullshit that was going on there. People saw for the longest time those clouds rolling, going. As a matter of fact, apparently all that crap in those clouds went all the way here to Quebec, all the way to the bottom of Antarctica, none of it. That's what they said. Well, the guy said it to me. Right on. Thank you for saying what I've been thinking about the fires. Smiley glad hands. I thank you guys. Thanks, mods. I am getting off. I'm so sorry for those of you that I've kept here for an extra 43 minutes. Everybody, I'm sure I have. And always try to get to everyone's comment, but I honestly never can get to everyone's comments. Be the Arrow says, I live in the bush where it's burning up near Lake Abitibi, to Mr. Mang and everything, guys. Yeah, I'm wishing you the best, you guys. I'm really sorry about that. It hasn't rained here in almost 2 months. Bush is super dry. Balsam fir are matchsticks waiting for a spark. Yeah, Be the Arrow. I love you, my friend. I'm sending you lots of energy, and that's exactly what they said, that it's not raining. We can make it rain. All they have to do is make it rain. Like, think of it. Why are they not plastering chemtrails? Guys, did you know that in Quebec, there's no chemtrails in the sky for the past week since everything's been burning? Why? Why? Apply chemtrails when it's on hot days. It was burning hot the other day, 3 days in a row. Horrible. telling you, it's horrible. Hang in there, you guys. Kimberly Gilpin, thank you. I honor and appreciate you. Have a beautiful evening, everyone. Kimberly, I honor and appreciate you. Thank you so much. Damn, my brother is on and everything. Jason, how's it going, man? Who's that skinny bastard pretending to be Bruce, reptilian shapeshifter? Also, I have the program to shape the eyes too. Hey, man, thank you very much. I can't hear it enough. I can't hear it enough. Mondays, every Monday in general, not this Monday because I had burning eyes and allergies. Shit happens. On Jason John Schwartz's channel, talks about the fasting and everything in detail, guys. Some of you big guys here have already started fasting this week and last week during the month. Proud of you all that have done that. And if you have, keep it up, maintain it, try 48-hour fasting, 24-hour fasting. But I do inform you, I would tell you to get informed, but on Jason John Schwartz's channel every Monday, I'm going to try to get on with him. And he's asking me. So the update on my ass losing the weight, I go on Mondays. In general, I'll try to be there every Monday. My bro, go on his channel, more than happy to do so. And you're going to hear about my weight loss. I mean, speaking about it a little bit, trying to limit myself, not to sound too annoying, but honestly, I'm all by myself here at home, and I'm all by myself doing the fasting, and I don't have anyone encouraging me except for my incredible community. So I'm like the pink battery right now, eh? I'm going to have to shut myself up. I'm off. Watch this. Magic. I'm gone. Bye, everyone.